is Elita, and Elita, I'm going to say it again, no.
No? Okay.
No.
Even for just one day?
No. We dealt with it in January, and it's like,
I know.
no.
That was one too many,
No,
right?
it was fun for a couple of hours, but then...
Then you're over it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm right there with you, my friend. We get a little piece of that cold Arctic air, but nothing like what we're seeing up in the north, right? We've got high pressure, and that's what's drawing in that chill in the air. Right now, the freeze line is just to the north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Oklahoma City, my goodness, 27 degrees. Our friends waking up in Little Rock at 31. Lufkin at 34. Houston, well above freezing at 43 degrees. And where we are finding those near freezing or even freezing temperatures, we do have those freeze warnings in place. And we anticipate that temperature readings that are above freezing right now could fall even further over the next few hours, and some approaching the freezing level where those temperatures could dip in the mid to upper 20s for the next few hours. And right now it is above freezing in Huntsville, but you're included in that freeze warning. Also Polk County, we've got Madison County, Houston, and Trinity County as well, all to our north. Houston, you are fine right now. Harris County waking up to most of our temperature readings are in the low 40s, but you factor in the breeze and it may have us feeling closer into the upper 30s. Along the coastline, you're at 49. Look at that breeze coming in out of the north, between 20 to 25 mile per hour winds. We do anticipate those winds could get even stronger, or a little bit stronger, not quite as elevated as we were yesterday under a gale warning. That gale warning remains in place until 6 a.m. and then will be replaced by a small craft advisory for the rest of the day. So mariners beware, the bay waters could be choppy as well. Wave heights anywhere between 6 to 11 feet throughout the afternoon. Low water advisory as well with that northerly breeze, so it's pushing out a lot of that water in Galveston Bay. That wind speed currently, we are seeing some double digits around Sugar Land, Pearland, Pasadena, where those gusts could be a little bit higher. And we do anticipate the combination of those strong winds along with the extremely dry air is going to elevate the fire weather concerns for us today. Very high to extreme. You can see where the extreme fire danger is, couple counties, Brazoria as well as Matagorda County, so please do not burn in those areas. We've got burn bans as well for most of our counties. Fire weather warning will continue through about 6 o'clock this evening, and then we will start to see some improvements as the winds start to turn in from the south, and that's going to increase the humidity values. And also the winds are going to be dying down. So a couple of those ingredients that elevate that fire danger will be behind us later on this week. Current temperature reading of 37 in Huntsville, so not yet below freezing. I do anticipate that as we approach sunrise, those temperature readings could be a few degrees colder this afternoon as that northerly breeze continues to pull in that little piece of Arctic air that I mentioned. Temperature readings this afternoon will only warm in the upper 50s to low 60s. So it's going to be a chilly day. Make sure you bundle up, headed out the door overnight. We've got the winds that'll start to settle, and that's going to allow temperature readings to crash. Most of us will be in the 30s. Houston at 39, Katy with 37, minus the wind. So we won't be dealing with, it feels like, temperature, but that could also mean that a few counties north and northeast of Houston could be encountering some frost overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. The afternoon hours should be nice and pleasant. Any sort of layer that you're putting on during the morning hours on Veterans Day, you'll be able to shed during the afternoon. And we're going to continue this warming trend until our next cold front arrives. That next cold front is going to be powered by this Pacific storm that is going to be moving toward the west coast later on this week. Now, by the weekend, it's going to be pushing that cold front in our direction, where we're going to have a good amount of moisture pulling towards southeast Texas. Now, the only caveat is this low pressure system, is it going to continue to track toward the east? Will it start to track toward the north and east? So we're going to be watching as that starts to form. It hasn't moved into the west coast yet, so we've got time to make some changes, but right now I've elevated those rain chances just a bit, just a touch. A 30% chance on Saturday, 40% chance on Sunday. But of course, if the model data continues to trend wetter, we're going to have to go with some higher rain chances. It does look like overall we are going to see some rain back in here, so that could mean some measurable rain, much needed across our area. The latest drought monitor, which was updated this past Thursday, in case you didn't see it, we're seeing that extreme drought basically west of the Brazos River start to expand. So we'll see it worsen before it improves. Later on this week, we'll get another drought update, and you can see the severe drought now starting to expand as well east of Interstate 45. So we'll see that drought worsening the next few days, and then with that rain chance back here, it's not going to wipe away all the drought, but hopefully it'll slow it down or at least ease some of that drought from expanding. Notice the temperature readings behind this next front, not quite as chilly, but cool. Temperature readings by next week will be dipping somewhere into the 50s with highs overall in the low to mid 70s. They'll be feeling a lot more like autumn versus winter the next couple of days. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Elita.
Well, we know it as we bring in our meteorologist, Elita Loresca, but I'm in no rush, my friend, because I am enjoying these temperatures.
I agree, Rita. I mean, it is so nice to finally get those temperature readings to dip low enough where we're actually getting those heavier layers, those heavier coats. This is one of those mornings where go ahead, dust off that heavy jacket. I think you're going to need it, and it looks like you're going to need it for more than just a few hours. Unfortunately, with the cold in this situation also comes some very dry air. As you know, our drought situation has not improved. So with the drought conditions as they are and the wind that's been blowing in yesterday and still remaining elevated for today, you can see the highest fire danger really centered over eastern parts of our state and southeast Texas, stretching all the way down in South Texas. And you can see from Harris County all the way down toward our coastline, we've got very high to even extreme fire danger for today. So we do have a fire weather warning that's going to continue from yesterday's warning through this evening until 6 p.m. Combination of strong winds, low humidity, and the already drought situation is what's elevating our fire danger. And when it comes to the rain chances this week, they will be slow to climb, but they are climbing, and we're going to start to see those rain chances building once again for Saturday night, and into Sunday. Right now, we've increased those rain chances to 30 to 40%, and although it seems like, oh, they're going to be low, that might be changing depending on what our model data shows over the next couple of days. But you can see anywhere between maybe 1-2 inches of rain will be possible, and across the state where we do need the rain, there could be some additional rain coverage, and so some of that rain will be spreading as well. Portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana over the coming days. For now, we're going to stay dry and chilly, 43 degrees. That breeze not too strong inland, but that may change as model data is showing that some of those winds could gust anywhere between 20 to 25. Unlike yesterday, I don't think we're going to get a lot of those 35 to 40 mile per hour gusts, but there is going to be the potential for seeing some of those stronger gusts along the coastline, similar to what we're seeing this morning, a sustained wind out of the north at about 25 miles per hour. Could see some occasional gusts between 30 to 35. They could be a little bit stronger this morning. We've got a gale warning until 6 a.m. and then that gale warning will be downgraded a bit to a small craft advisory. But nonetheless, boaters, please be careful if you do have to venture out in the waters today. The bay waters are going to stay choppy with wave heights anywhere between 6 to 11 feet. And with that northerly breeze, low water potential, especially in Galveston Bay. That's going to be pushing that water out of there. Low water advisory through about midnight tonight. We do have some freeze warnings this morning. You can see a lot of our counties basically north of Montgomery County under a freeze warning through about 9 a.m. That means that the temperature readings will be falling below freezing, some areas in the mid to upper 20s, so some frost and freeze potential in these counties highlighted in purple. And then we do anticipate with the sunshine today, we're in for a gradual warm up. Right now, we've got temperature readings that continue to drop somewhere in the upper 30s in Conroe, 39 in Navasota. That's the actual air temperature. When you factor in the breeze in that area, those feels like temperatures are closer to the lower 30s. This afternoon, that sustained wind coming in out of the north will have us feeling like we're in the 50s all day long. Some areas may even be in the 40s for the most part, but the afternoon temperatures, the air temperatures will be closer to about 60 degrees. That's below normal for this time of year. The wind's expected to settle, and with the clear sky, that calm wind, temperature readings should plummet somewhere in the mid to upper 30s. You're wondering, when was the last time we saw a temperature reading, at least at IH, in the upper 30s? Well, I look back in our climatology, and that last time we saw those temperatures dive into the upper 30s was back in March. So it's been a while, right, since we've felt those 30s. But don't worry, it looks like just in time for Veterans Day, the afternoon, not so much the morning, but during the afternoon, temperature readings will slowly recover. I still think you'll be in at least a light layer as the parade gets going in downtown downtown. That parade time at 11:30. Temperature readings should be hovering somewhere into the mid-60s. That's going to make it feel a whole lot better, especially since the wind won't be quite as strong. And that breeze out of the south, that's going to continue to warm us up. In the coming days, those temperature readings will be somewhere in the low to mid-80s. And high pressure overhead will keep us dry. Our next big change in the weather pattern is going to come in the form of a Pacific storm. This storm is going to lead to some heavy rain out toward the west coast, eventually into the Four Corners region, and then you can see it blowing into our area sometime over the weekend. As I mentioned, right now I've penciled in about a 30 to 40% chance of showers and storms, but if this storm continues to highlight maybe more widespread rain, maybe some thunderstorms, we may be increasing those rain and storm chances as we move forward into the week. So for now, enjoy the colder weather, enjoy this winter-like feel, because by Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to feel more like spring around here, as those temperatures will be somewhere in the low to mid-80s, guys.
We'll enjoy it while it lasts. Thanks, Elita.